Many local towns have a local celebrity, but none of them are quite as unique as the local celebrity of Sutton and Croydon in Surrey. So for the very first time, ViewPoint leaves my bedroom as we come here to the Witherspoons restaurant, the Moon on the Hill in Sutton, to conduct the very first ever live exclusive interview with the Wizard Man of Sutton.
CHANT TV's ViewPoint with Charlie Shakespeare.
So make sure you subscribe to this video, like us whether you're on YouTube or Facebook, follow us on Twitter and leave your comments below. Lord Conrad, hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Somewhere between yesterday and tomorrow.
Oh, lovely. That's the best place to be. I'd like to thank you for doing this interview, first of all. I call you Lord Conrad because the name that the media call you, which is Conrad Pugsley, isn't correct anymore.
No, it is no longer correct.
Your
it
name...
is both unofficial, unauthorised and illegal.
And illegal because you've had your name changed by Depot?
No,
No?
by statutory declaration.
By statutory declaration. And we've actually got the declaration here, haven't we?
Yes.
One of these right here, and your name is a much. We've got it there. That's the declaration, and your name now is much longer. Is
Conrad, Lord Azurahm of Draconia Anglorum, and the nomenclature Anglorum means of the British realm. Therefore, I am the Lord of the realm, not a mere Lord of the land.
right. Your craft. You've studied at university, the Scotland University, which is learning what exactly?
Yes, well, the craft itself is Draconian. It originates in Draconia, the land of the dragon, which is the former name of the Middle East.
Right.
And therefore, it is a specific, it is the oldest religion in the world.
Okay.
And therefore it is a magical religion because all religions originate from the first religion. Otherwise you wouldn't know what religion was in the first place.
So you, and you actually study magic and can perform magic, can't you?
Yes.
Which we're going to see a little bit of at the end of...
I am a serious practitioner of the magic. I'm not a prestidigitator. I am not an illusionist. I am not a sleight of hand conjurer artist, as are the entertainment magicians.
You're a bit better than Darren Brown, you might say.
Then Paul Daniel, Darren Brown, and dare I say it because I love the fellow, David Nixon.
And we're going to see a little bit of magic at the end of this video. So we spoke about your training. You was actually brought up in Scotland.
I was born in Scotland. I was brought up in London from the age of 4.
From the age of 4. Can we talk a bit about your upbringing? What was your upbringing like?
Well, my grandmother was Lady Margaret Strickland the Christie, but because she married a commoner, a builder, she was at first disinherited, but because nobody could take the place of the old lord when he passed away, who was my great uncle, because his children, he had 2 daughters. Everyone looked around the family to find out who was not only just suitable and worthy, but entitled to hold the title.
So yeah, you was kind of born into it, I suppose.
Well, yes, I'm a hereditary peer.
Nice. And then you moved to the Sutton and Croydon area in
78, because I lived in North Cheam.
North Cheam? Roughly how old was you in 78 when you moved down, if you don't mind me asking?
30.
30? No. Lovely. And you've been here ever since?
Yes.
It's not all been especially with the media's involvement, happy times. I'm referring to the court case that we spoke about before the video, involving the knife that you carry.
The ceremonial ritual dagger, which all occultists must carry because it's part of their 4 magical weapons.
It's part of your, the same as a Sikh would carry a knife as part of his religion. It's a similar sort of thing. But
and a Benedictine and a Druid, and in the militia law, the Kurds and the Gurkhas. Yes.
Exactly. But they did take you to court over it.
Yes, because a plastic policeman, a community support officer, had me arrested.
But you ended up winning the case.
Well, of course.
Of course. And as I say,
I was doing nothing illegal.
No, and there's other religions.
I wasn't brandishing it around all over the place and causing anybody any hurt, harm, maiming or even fatality.
No. Which you see these days on the streets all the time. In fact, you do a lot for the community, and we spoke about that before the video. You said that there's 2 people in particular that you helped. Tell us a bit about them.
Well, there's a chap who I only know as Carlisle, who is Afro-Asian because his father was African, his mother was Indian. He was worried about the fact that he was liable to be deported out of the country. Now he's allowed to stay in the country because he asked me to referee, and as normal...
It's alright.
As normal, I signed under my title, and they've now allowed him to remain. The other one is a lady who is a well-known person in the area because she's a taxi driver. She drives a green taxi, very distinctive. And her name's Sally, and she asked me if I would referee for her. Also, because she was also under threat of being deported out of the country.
Yeah.
And she's been here several years, and she's Australasian in the fact that she comes from New Zealand.
Yeah.
And so therefore, they obviously thought she'd been here long enough, sort of thing.
Yes.
Now she is allowed to remain permanently in the country.
Which was a good, nice deed that you did.
I also help everybody I can.
Everyone you can.
All I endeavour to do is sow positive good. All I ever reap, however, is ignorance, negativity and evil.
Which you've come across other people's ignorance.
Yes, a
towards...
minority compared to the majority of Sutton. Because most people both respect and are very courteous.
Yes, I think most people, certainly myself, before I knew you, I just respected you as walking, doing your thing. But yeah, there are some people who feel the need to come and say things, etc.
As I said before, negative judgmental statements.
Yes.
Their accusations, their complaints have no foundation because I have never ever done anything towards them.
Which you couldn't really get any...
Of an ignorant, negative or evil nature, because I do not do that.
No.
I treat people as I desire people to treat me.
Which is fair enough.
Do unto others as His Divine Grace the Lord Jesus Christ.
Lovely. I've got a few quick fire questions.
Certainly.
They're not to do with you, they're just your opinions of things, your favourite of things. What's your favourite colour? I think I can guess.
There's 2.
No. Is one of them purple?
One is red and one is purple.
I thought it might be purple. I'm in purple for the interview to match you. What's your favourite place in the world?
I would have to say my ancestral home of Draconia, the Middle East. But I love Britain as it is.
Yes.
As I'm British in the sense that my mother's Scottish, my father was Welsh and my grandmother on my father's side was Irish. I am not English, I am British.
Your favourite music? You have a favourite artist?
I love all kinds of music, depending on my mood as well and how I'm feeling.
Who's someone you like to listen to often?
Well, there's Bob Marley, there's Jimi Hendrix, there's Black Sabbath,
Bit of a rocker, though.
there's Status Quo,
Love Status Quo.
there's Black Snake in America, which, if you remember, I told you no longer exists as such, although they're trying to reform.
Okay.
Because of their album Sacrifice, which is about the sort of dark side of the occult.
Film. Do you have a favourite film?
Yes, there's Dragonheart, A New Beginning, and I understand there's 2 further films on the same lines, which I've been told about, so I'm hoping to get copies of them as well.
Go and see them.
DVD.
Do you have a favourite actor?
And of course Lord of the Rings, obviously.
Can't beat Lord of the Rings.
Harry Potter, no, because it's tongue-in-cheek.
Oh!
It's not real magic.
That's like a stab in my heart, there.
I'm sorry, but it's tongue-in-cheek.
It is
It's not
tongue-in-cheek.
real magic.
It's not real magic. Favourite actor?
Right, well, there have been several in the past, because unfortunately they're no longer with us. But I suppose nowadays it's still Sir Ian McKellen.
Very good.
There was Larry.
Lord Laurence Olivier. Lord, like yourself.
Olivier. Yeah, but I like it as opposed to Hereditary. There's Sally G, who is a witch.
Right.
In other words, she follows the Wiccan tradition.
Oh, right. I was going to say, I don't know.
Wicca is where the word witch originates.
Oh, okay.
And there's... Well, there's so many.
There's loads, yeah. But no, you've named a few. Favourite TV show?
Used to be The Bill to a degree.
Filmed locally, isn't it? Used to be filmed.
Some
in
of it,
the-
yes, because on the so-called Jasmine Allen estate was Durand Close.
Your old
And
home?
they filmed me quite often when they saw me with a cat on my shoulder and my dog Gandalf by my side.
Which leads me nicely into talking about your pets, your cat. You told us before the interview, we didn't know that you actually had 4 cats.
Yes, I did. 2 were house cats. That was Murgal and Aphrodite. The 2 black cats with the golden eyes that everyone did see. First of all, only the one, Zagan, the Tom, was the other feline, his partner, who was a star.
Okay.
And of course, my old black and white border collie lurcher, because his grandmother was an actual lurcher. He was not just a border.
No. But they sadly died in the fire at
Well, of
Durand
course.
Close, which was covered by the local Guardian. A fire which burnt down your home. We're sorry to hear about that, and the cats and dog. It's very sad.
Their lives were terminated. Granted, Gandalf was 18, which is 125 years.
That's old for a cat. Yeah.
Dog.
Dog, sorry, he's the dog.
But Zagan was only 3.5. Murgal was only 3.5. Astara was only 3, and Aphrodite was only 3.
Okay. Now, you said that you could perform some magic for us.
Well, I can perform around.
Could you teach me a little bit?
Yes, certainly. I teach all the time. I don't mind teaching.
I'm ready.
Because I want people to know the truth.
Yeah. Okay.
Unfortunately, religions claim that their way is the right way because they teach the truth. Don't teach everybody the absolute truth.
And
Because according to the Bible, Jesus was one of the greatest magicians that ever lived. Matthew chapter 2 tells you about the ancient magicians of the Middle East, collectively as known as the Magi, singularly a magus, a practicing magician.
Oh, right.
You see?
Yeah, yeah.
A serious practitioner of the magic arts.
Yeah.
And the gifts of gold, frankincense and myrrh which he was presented by them with are only traditionally done so to a person who is either born or initiated as a magus. Therefore Jesus to us was one of the greatest magicians that ever lived.
Yeah.
Also, of course, the so-called miracles are only acts of magic. They are in our grimoires, which are books on magic.
Yes.
What the Wiccans call the Book of Shadows. You understand?
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
I just want to mention, obviously with you, you don't preach I mean, you walk around, obviously.
Not preach, but I will teach.
Oh, you will teach it, but you don't stand there at the top of the high street preaching.
No.
A lot of religions do that.
Yes, and what does His Divine Grace the Lord Jesus Christ say? To do so is hypocrisy. Because He says the hypocrite loves to show off by preaching and praying in those days synagogues, you can say church nowadays, on the highways, in marketplaces and on street corners. He says that is hypocrisy.
Which is perfectly
Now
said.
they claim they are evangelising, which they say is perfectly all right and legal.
But
in that case, evangelism is total hypocrisy.
and for somebody who is an atheist, you know, when you're walking down the street, you don't want that. And as I say, with you, you have these beliefs, but you don't preach them, which is...
I only teach those
if people
who
are asked.
wish to know.
Which is fair enough.
I'm approached in the street, I am asked, I answer.
And you're being asked now, so yeah. Can I hand over to you and I'm ready. Do I copy you?
Whatever you need to achieve, just place your right hand in my left and your left
That's my left hand.
in my right. Reason being, the right hand is the giver, the left hand is the receiver.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
So what I am now doing is sending my energies, my powers, circulating through you.
Okay.
It's a complete circle, you see,
Yeah.
unbroken. Now anything you want to achieve that is important to your need will be achieved. Why I say need rather than want or desire, what you want or desire is not necessarily what you need,
What I need.
to achieve in life.
Okay.
Your need is far more important than want.
Of course. Okay. Does this have to be silent?
Same as prayer has to be silent. Again, His Divine Grace, the Lord Jesus Christ said, when you pray, do not be as a hypocrite, prattling off long phraseology, thinking you're the only one that is heard. He says, go into your little room. That is here and here. For you are a living temple. Your mind is the pulpit where you get your inspiration from.
Okay.
Your heart is the altar. This is no reflection on you, I'm just taking your vibrations away from me, because if I touch someone else, it might not benefit them.
Okay. Wow. Can I not say what I was thinking?
You can say whatever you like, it won't offend me.
I mean what I was...
Yes!
I was thinking I'd like a family in years to come, because that's sort of one thing that I think is kind of necessary. I'd like a kid of my own. So that will come true. Like,
So,
will I feel
yes.
the effects of that? I will only feel the effects of that if I have kids.
First of all, you've got to find the person that balances with you physically, mentally and spiritually.
Oh yeah, of course.
Otherwise there is no true relationship.
Okay.
There is no trust, there's no give and take,
Yeah.
which is necessary in a good, true relationship.
Yes.
Yes, there's plenty of give, take, but it's not reciprocatory.
Yeah.
It has to be reciprocatory on both partners' parts.
Of course. I meant that trick that we just did, or trick's
It's
the
not
wrong
a
word.
trick.
Sorry, trick's the wrong word. The what is the right word? Spell?
If you want to put it that way.
The spell that we just did. I'm not going to go home and feel the effects of that, am I?
You're going to feel the effects in a positive way, yes.
Yeah.
Because I only work positively. Again, very briefly, I did explain what magic truly is. Magic is neither black nor white. Magic itself is a neutral.
Nice.
It is intention. When your intention is good and positive, only good can originate from it. For out of a perfect tree, no corruption can come. When your intention is bad and negative, only evil can originate from it. For out of a corrupt tree, no perfection can come.
Of course.
Anyway,
And either way, I felt a bond between us doing that, and it's made me feel kind of, free, uplifted. And I think that's a nice place to leave the interview. I'd really, honestly, like to thank you for doing this with us. Got to thank the Witherspoons Moon on the Hill restaurant for letting us film in their back garden. But no, thank you very much, Lord Conrad, for
thank you
meeting us.
very much.